Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Pavel here again. Welcome to my studio. Today we're going to review VX4 remote by Flipsky. Flipsky already came out with VX1, VX2, VX3, VX4. This is the VX4 remote. It's not overly new. There are many reviews on the channel already. However, this is my review right here. Yes, you can get this remote much cheaper than it is on the website using this code right here. So go ahead and use it if you want to. Now, in this video, we're going to unbox it. We're going to discuss the firmware upgrade, and we're also going to install it on my new test board. Yep, that's the baby right here. I kind of slapped it all together and I'm using the parts that have been sent to me for reviews. If you haven't seen the original video, I will leave quite a few videos on the links in the description below. Have a look if you are interested. So let's have a look. What do you get in the box of Flipsky VX4 remote? So inside the box, which is quite nice to be fair, it's a cardboard box with a Flipsky logo on it. You do get, for starters, the manual. It tells you exactly what to expect for the remote, what the options are, what to see on the screen, yada yada. It's quite nice to have, why not? You're also going to get some cables. By the way, when you order it, make sure you do mention what kind of EC you're going to use it for. I've got VESC6 based EC, so I've got this cable right here. You will also get the cable for the firmware upgrade and also for the charging, which is quite nice. You do also get the PPM remote. You do get the, so that's the receiver. This is what's going to go inside your EC enclosure, and this is going to get plugged in via this cable right here into your EC. By the way, you can use this remote for PPM, or you can use it as UART, which is cable right here, or you can use it a weird way, so you can have it PPM for the actual board control, and then you can use it UART for the information for the screen. So it's up to you. So that's quite nice touch from Flipsky, to be fair, because you can use any signal transfer channels you wish. And here it is. That's the remote itself. Okay. So this is the remote itself. Let's compare it to a few other commonly used remotes on the market out there. So VX4 compared to VX1. So that's the VX1 remote from Flipsky. That's the VX4. Now VX4 compared to the Tramp wand. Now VX4 compared to Spinted V1. And now VX4 compared to the Hoyt Puck. It's probably closest to the Hoyt Puck remote, I would have thought, the size wise, but not the comfort wise, because the shape of this remote is quite interesting. It's like a, well, it's like an eye. So it goes in your hand quite comfortably. It's quite a small remote. It does have this weird plasticky, I don't know, kind of like plasticky rubbery feeling to it, which is quite nice. It's black. It feels okay. It feels quite solid. It's not heavy, and it's got the trigger right here at the top, so the thumb triggered remote. The travel is quite nice. You do get the harness with it, so you do put it on your wrist just like that, which I do recommend using, because when you are about to drop your remote, it will be dangling there. So that's pretty much it for the unboxing. You get all the cables you need and whatever not. Now let's have a look closer at the actual functionality. That's it, I got it right. Functionality of this remote. So you turn it on by pressing the buttons. Well, there are only two buttons on the remote itself, right there and right there. So let's power the remote up. You get this nice little Flipsky logo on it, yali blali. So what can you see on the actual screen? You can see the connection to your receiver. By the way, let's have a quick test because this is already installed my board, of how far can this remote be away from your board for your board still to be controlled. Let's have a look. Okay, so you can see clearly the distance of your remote, or the reception of your remote. So let's start walking away from the board. Let's see how far away can we walk away for it not to work. Still working fine. Still working fine. Still working fine. Well, that's enough for me. That's way too long now. Doesn't have to be this much reception, to be fair. Still working fine. Well, I am about 30 steps away from the board now. Still working fine. Well, happy with that. Don't need to test any further. You also do get the travel, so the throttle right there. You do get the speed, you get the battery of the remote indicator, and you get the board battery indicator. So that's quite cool. You can also change the color coding of your screen to blue or red, which is quite nice. Just depends, I don't know, maybe you like the color, maybe you want to color code it to your board, not sure. So let's go through functionality right now. Now, if you want to get into the menu of the remote, you press the secondary button right here. You hold it, and there we go. It goes into different modes. So pairing modes, or you can have the menu that shows you what firmware is actually on your remote. And this part is quite important, guys. So you want to be at the firmware 1.1. This is why it took me a bit longer to do this remote review, because now finally they got to fix all the bugs and everything else, and now remote works well. So make sure you do the firmware upgrade for 1.1, which normally comes with these remotes now. But if it didn't, and you have pressed this button right here, and you've seen that your remote firmware is 1.0, go to Flipsky website and you can see how to upgrade this. I will leave the link in the video in the description below. If you are struggling how to do this, guys, let me know. I can do my own detailed review or tutorial on how to upgrade the firmware. Now, you keep on pressing this button here. Oh, and we just got out of the menu. Sorry, it took me long talking. So you press the button, now you're in the menu. Now next click over. You get the IAP. This is where you do set up your remote firmware wise. Then you do choose if you're using it UART or you are using it for the FESES. And pretty much you're scrolling through the menu, which is quite user-friendly, I would have thought. So if you are, for instance, setting up your pulley count, and that's needed for your speed controls or your speed reading on your screen, you press this button one more time, boom, and then you can change. As you can see, the number 10 started to blink. Now you can change it up or down depending on how many gears you are using on your setup. Then when you are ready, you press the power button and you get out. And that's pretty much it. There is a lot of different functions here, guys. Quite a few. There is a screen wheel diameter, the screen color, is it pulleyed or is it miles per hour or kilometers per hour? Well, it's really simple. You're literally using two buttons. So you go in on this button to go to the menu, or you pressing this button to get out, and using the actual thumb button right here to go up and down. So yeah, that is very, very simple. What I found to be nice about VX2 or VX4 remotes, it's quite simple. If you're using UART option, you literally plug the receiver into the UART port on UAC and your remote is good to go. There's nothing else to do. you just press forward and you go, or press backwards if you want to brake. You can also choose if you want to have the cruise control on, if you want to have the smart reverse on, or other options really, which is quite nice. So at the moment this remote is installed on my test board. Let's see how she operates. I went to get my nice fresh haircuts done using this board straight after I have installed it, literally 2 seconds after I have upgraded the firmware. So that's how she operates. You can also set up this remote to have, well, let's start from there. You got 3 options here. You got high, low and medium. That's the response of the actual remote. So how fast the board will respond to your thumb. So you can set this up as default to high, medium or low, which is quite nice because if you are a beginner, you can set it to low, and you know if you press this button too hard and too fast, you're not gonna just fly off the board. Again, depends on the setup you're using, but all my setups are, well, quite harsh, quite strong. So I am using the high, but again, it's nice to have this option. I would say that's it pretty much, guys, for this video, overview, review, whatever way you want to call it. I will use this remote from now on, and I will tell you if there's anything wrong. So far, I've asked a few questions on my Facebook group, Escape Freedom, and most of the feedback was really good. It's a bit different from what it was a year ago when this remote just came out. There was a few bugs in it, but now it's all fixed, and everyone swears by it, saying that it is a good and reliable remote. So distance of operation is quite good. The screen is really, really nice. It is very colorful, as you can see. And you can customize it as well if you want to. That's it really. So if you want one of these, go ahead on the Flipsky website and order one of these. Use this code right here. Let me know how you find this to be. Let me know if you got any questions at all, guys. I'm here to help. I don't mind answering the questions, and if tutorial of the firmware upgrade is required, let me know. I'll do it. Anyway, build safely, ride safely, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.